The other side for that's Paris for the Snipers. Darcy Palace, his assistants, Vince Longboat and Nick Skye. And, of course, for Whitby, it'll be Brad Reed at the helm here with Joel Johnson. And officials for today's game, another top-notch crew. Joel Furman is the crew chief. He's joined by Mark Sandman Sands and Jacob the Stash Singleton. So with the formalities out of the way right off the bat, the Snipers with possession and coming off a 21-9 loss to the Ohsweken Bears. So had a chance to speak with the coaching staff prior. A good start, key for the Snipers. Playing hard for 4 quarters, important. And they want them to get back to the basics, back to the fundamentals. Passing, catching, good shots, and good solid defense. So a good start for the Snipers there defensively as Jordan Michael move it up. They get it over the timeline. And Tyler Van Every will give way to Joe Miracle. Miracle slide it over. Chayton King on the right side. King looking for a screen. That shot, a weak one. Doesn't hit anything. Miracle battling for it. Loose 5 on the shot clock. And the Steelhawks come away with it. On the move, it's Edwards. Edwards working with Cody Hamley, wrong stick side, wide of the mark. Rebound gathered by the Snipers, and they'll move it up. It's Ben Wittich. Wittich doesn't have the numbers, looking for the screen and roll. He'll dump it off, and it's Justin Porga. That one scooped up neatly by Crowley. A good outlet pass goes to Matt Boissonneau. Boissonneau will tiptoe over the timeline, gets a defender on him. Good check there from Chandler Allen. Work in the corner. Steelhawks regain possession. Boissonneau looking for an opening. 10 on the shot clock. Leclerc will swing it around. They'll work it to the left side. Another good check there. And Grant Crowley not in the net. My bad. It is Caleb Martin that got the start. Thank you for pointing that out. As going hard, putting on the brakes was Travis Stotts. That shot blocked by Van Every. Edwards battling for it, takes a bump, picked up. Steelhawks now work it up. Had a chance to speak with Brad Reed prior to the game. Assistant, and he talked about mental lapses with his team, of course, having lost their last 3 games, all tight. And that one off the post, he just felt that there were times they gave up stretches where they gave up 3-4 goals at a time, and they can't afford to do that. Looking at the back door, that along with playing hard for 4 quarters, and they have to limit second chance opportunities by these Snipers. So giving it to you the straight talk from both coaches, and now Jordan Mike took too much time on the manual count. And possession back to Whitby. Corey Upshaw, he'll flip, give way now to Liam Osborne. Osborne trying to get a step. Notable omission here for these Whitby Steelhawks. Trent Boyd not in the lineup. Picking up the slack, though, Kyle Curtis. Curtis with a good job just getting the feet set, and took a good pass from Osborne, and that underhand was on the money. And you could see Jackson Longboat shifting, but that was a bullet in the far corner for a 1-0 lead. Hawkeye Hamilton not able to win that draw. Cody Hamley with possession. And Whitby now will move it up into the offensive end. Jeff Fernandez, he'll flip, and that almost went into the Snipers bench. They do get possession now, and they'll look to move it up. Dante Romano, he'll dump it off to Miracle. Miracle now will work it on that right side. Having it pop out of his stick was Todd Thomas. Upshaw battling for it. Upshaw comes away with it, tucks it in, and an easy flip to Leclerc. Going to be a delayed penalty coming. And I think it might go to Justin Porga on interference call, but either way, net empty at the other end for the Steelhawks. Extra attacker on, and it's Devin Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, of course, one of the trio of Pfeiffer brothers in the Arena Lacrosse League. Skip pass, and what a save, Jackson Longboat. So Action Jackson with a great job sliding over to his left to make a great basket save. First power play opportunity will go to the Steelhawks. Whitby comes in with a power play efficiency rating of just 53%. Snipers have killed off 50% of the penalties they've got. So Dylan Goddard out there at the top. Good child on that left shooter spot. Right shooter spot. Pfeiffer, and good Goddard. No need for any assistant there as he lets it fly from the top and finds the back of the net. Goddard with his 17th goal of the season, and just a good job of gapping that box right in the middle. Lets a good hard overhand go. They work Jackson Longboat to the left and now to the right. Off the draw. Boissonneau battling in there. Gets it to Goodchild, and Tyler Goodchild now will pull it out. Being hounded. Gets a quick shot off, saved by Longboat. Rebound picked up, Steelhawks. They'll reset the clock with McGregor. McGregor trying to get a step, curls back out, gets it out. Goddard tees it up. That one's wide of the mark. And a good job to race it down. Going to be an interference call as McGregor Allen knocked down. Possession to the Snipers. We're under 10 minutes here. Opening quarter. Steelhawks have jumped out to a quick 2-0 lead. Back to work on offense. Go the Orange. Mason Hill. Swing it around. They'll work it to the right side. Skip it back. Miracle. Miracle one-on-one. Going to lean in. Miracle tried to tuck it far side. Wide of the mark. Picked up Wittich. Smelly. Smelly has it. His shot saved. Fresh 30 here for the Snipers. It's Miracle. Behind the net. Going to the other side, and they're going to say went in, but creased the call. And possession back to the Steelhawks. Osborne trying to get a step on Fox McKenzie. Gets chased out of that dotted half circle. Kicks it back out. Him and Pfeiffer worked a two-man game. Osborne, high octane, looking for an opening. Has it pop out. Good defense there by the Snipers. But Osborne, relentless. He regains control. The flip, Pfeiffer, good save by Longboat. So stepping out and letting it rip right at the timeline. Good job there not to get knocked over. Chayton King, wrong stick side. That one on target, but the angle covered by Martin. And now Boissonneau will hold up, slow things down as we inch toward the 8-minute mark here, opening quarter. On the cut, McGregor found a cutting Fernandez. He couldn't pocket the pass, and Snipers keep running past that loose ball. Finally get it, short hop. Nothing doing as that bounced away from Wittich. Going to be an 8-second count, and possession's going to go the other way to Whitby. Steelhawks, of course, coming in with a 5-7 record. They have lost, 7-5, coming off a 16-15 heartbreak loss to the Brampton Express. Osborne, that of course was a well-fought affair. Osborne leaning in off balance, shot clock winding down. It's tipped, so Pfeiffer's going to curl, and that's going to be an over and back call, because he picked up possession on one side and went to the other. So with 7:23 to go, that will take us to our first officials timeout. Quick break. We'll be back with more first quarter action. Back at it here, game 2 of our Sunday doubleheader as we wrap up week 13 in the Arena Lacrosse League. Joe Miracle looking for an opening. Kick it back out, Chayton King. Him and Miracle, two-man game. Porga setting the screen, not shot wide of the mark, and looks like it was tipped, and the officials are going to confer. It was tipped and will stay right here. Possession to Six Nations. Miracle, good check. Just at the right time, knocked Miracle, made that ball pop out of his stick. Chayton King tees it up. Good save there by Martin. Oh, he had to stretch for that one. And a turnover gives the Snipers possession again. Porga will send it around. They'll work it onto Smelly on that right side. Looking for the screen and roll. Nothing doing there, and Martin will pick up the loose ball. A good outlet, one hop over the timeline. And now Clint Lewis. He'll give way, wait for the rest of the offense. Eddie Renault out there. And good defense there as Tate and Sky force the turnover. 2-on-1, bounce shot, score! Nolan Fair with his 16th of the season. And that's part of what they were missing on Friday, was the transition game was non-existent. Good job there doubling up the ball, forced the turnover. And then just a good bounce shot from Fair. So a much-needed goal for the Orange, their first of this game, cuts the deficit in half with just over 6 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. Off the draw, Snipers with possession. Weaving through is Romano. Does a good job to use his speed. Boissonneau right on him tight. Get it to Brett Longboat. Longboat, dump over. Chayton King shot, squeaks in. So the King has returned. Chayton King picks up his first of the game. And we're tied 2-2. And this is just what Chayton King does, and Brett Longboat knows that. Gets it to him in a good spot. King wastes no time and goes 5-hole. I'm sure Caleb Martin would like to have that one back. 29th goal of the season for Chayton King. And off the draw, Snipers with a bit of momentum. Some notable absences for them. Keto Hill and Vern Hill, neither in the lineup for the Orange today. So two valuable pieces missing. And Smelly will send it around. Mike McLaughlin on the run, got a good shot off, but Martin up to the task. And now the outlet. Cody Hamley took too long and took a hard hit. Whitby bench not happy with that. Mason Hill will work it to Miracle. Porga, overload on that left side. Not able to catch it cleanly was Mason Hill, but he recovers, dumps it off. Spin it around with Stotts. Not able to beat Martin. And now Cody Hamley takes an outlet pass. Doesn't have any help. He'll peel out. And it's Osborne. Osborne with a burst of speed. Osborne tried to go far side. That one's wide of the mark and out of play. Possession up the other way with 4:42 to go. So already a better start for the Snipers than on Friday, when they were trailing by more than a handful at this point. Under 4.5, Porga. Porga gets a screen, a good one from Brett Longboat. Trying to turn the corner, 10 on the shot clock. Porga, good save there by Martin. And that's going to be a back-in call. I'm not sure about that one. That one looked a little questionable, but Mark Sands had a better angle than we certainly do here. Sniper skip, and Miracle, quick shot. It went off a leg. Porga with a half-hearted attempt at the carom. Instead, it goes the other way. Clint Lewis battling for it. Miracle takes him down. Lewis still battling. Fight continues. Some help comes, and it's McGregor. Peels out of there. gets wrapped up. That's going to definitely be a hold as Chandler Allen put the wraps on. And the Steelhawks are going to get a look at their second power play, barring something here. Pfeiffer, he lets it go, and Longboat with the save. So with 3:33 to go, and you can see right up there, a good call. Looks like a 4-minute call, so a double hold. So hold, got caught, and then held again and got caught again. I think it's pretty safe to say that Chandler Allen, with hopes that his holding days are over. To the power play go the Steelhawks. Pfeiffer out there. Goddard at the top. Good child as well. That one not able to pocket it cleanly was Osborne. Bit of surprise, and Fox McKenzie now bulling his way over into the offensive end. Swims his way through. Gets doubled up. Upshaw there too. Both trying to pin him and pop that ball loose. They do. And a good job by Fox McKenzie to burn some clock. But still a long ways to go to take care of that 4-minute double minor. Osborne will slide down to that right crease. Pfeiffer on that right shooter spot. 7 on the shot clock. Pfeiffer, skip pass, wide of the mark. Eddie Renault lets it go down behind the net. It pops out, and they run out of time. Good defensive stance by the Orange, and they'll bring it up with 2:20 to go here. 2:45 left in the double penalty. Tatum Sky. He'll send it back out. Chayton King, 10 on the shot clock. Mason Hill looking down low for Smelly. Smelly tangled up with Boissonneau, and Boissonneau comes away with it. Under 2 minutes on the game clock, just over 2 minutes left in the man advantage. Goddard swinging around. Pfeiffer. Goddard off, rings it off the post. Picks up his own rebound, sends it over. Does a good job there to get it to Fernandez, and they'll work a fresh clock. Down low on the crease. Duck it in. Eddie Renault stopped by Longboat. So good work on both ends, just better goaltending. And now going to try to race his way through, trying to get by Osborne. And a good job of rolling was Andrew Vradenberg. Eventually, though, coughs it up. And here comes Pfeiffer. Dumps it off, had Osborne, and instead Longboat picks it off. Outlet pass, looking for King. King backtracks, looking for it. Battling with Upshaw. And it's the King that comes away with it. 45 seconds on the game clock. Minute 10 left in the penalty. Tied at 2 here. Longboat. Yes, he will take it from there on target. And now Whitby going to hurry here with 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Be a big momentum shift here if the Sniper is able to hold on with this double minor. Pfeiffer. Kick over. Skip. Good save. Longboat on the bounce. Almost hockeyed back in. 10 seconds on the game clock. Sniper's going to have to hurry. Mike McLaughlin, 5. McLaughlin puts on the Jets. Curls out. 2, and he's just going to run it out. So a good job by the veteran there. 27 seconds left in the penalty. We've played 15. We'll be back with second quarter after this. Back here at the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena as we continue with the second half of our doubleheader here between the Whitby Steelhawks, Six Nations Snipers, tied at 2. 27 seconds left for the Snipers to kill on this penalty. And off the draw, they will have possession. And it'll be Tyler Van Every. Dangerous pass to Longboat, and they can't connect. Good job by Smelly to get back, but a 2-on-1 here. Whitby, filter over. Good child, and he buries it. So I don't care who you are, you give anyone that kind of time, that location. And Tyler Goodchild, bulging the twine for the first time here in this game. 21st goal of the season, and just a good job by Whitby to share the ball, find the open man. And they do pick up one, a late power play goal, their first of the game. Second power play of the game and second goal. And now Whitby back at it with Pfeiffer. Swinging around, Goddard looking for the screen on the run. Good save, Longboat. Rebound picked up though by the Steelhawks. Fresh clock to work with. Pfeiffer looking for something. He lets it go. That's going to go up. Renault does a good job to keep it in the offensive end. 15 on the shot clock. Swing around. Fernandez from way out. Right in the breadbasket. Easy save for Longboat. And now the Snipers are going to look up. They just throw it away. And Whitby now will bring it back with Edwards. Scott Edwards will dump it off. He'll retreat. And making a move was Braden McGregor. That shot right on. Ball loose. McGregor Allen will scoop it up. He gets checked. Loses it. Good job there by Osborne. Gets some help. And it would have been an 8-second count for sure. So it gets launched. Ben Wittich up down there working hard. Upshaw trying to gather it, and Wittich a little too hands-on will give possession to the Steelhawks. John Leclerc, he'll bring it up over the timeline. They'll work it half boards left side. Goddard. Skip pass. Osborne trying to duck in. Gets a shot off. Wide of the mark. Loose. Leclerc with the rebound. 10 on the shot clock. Flip. Quick shot. Goddard goes off a defender and stays in play. No reset. Shot clock winding down. Wide of the mark. That'll be possession to the Snipers. Play it where they lie. And moving it up now is Nolan Fair. Porga swinging around Miracle. Miracle gets a good hard screen looking on a dump off. Was looking for Mason Hill. Couldn't find him. Picked up though on a good recovery by Todd Thomas. Thomas now. 10 on the shot clock. Dumps it in. Chayton King from point blank. Couldn't pocket it. And now off to the races. Working hard, but no chance was Quinn Highland. Gets it over. And not able to do much with it was Peyton McIntosh. That pass to McLaughlin. Going to have to hurry, and he does. Mike McLaughlin fakes the pass. Good save there. So Caleb Martin did the splits, covered the angle, made the save. Edwards the other way. We're under 12 minutes to go here, first half. That flip found no one. Good recovery, though, by Anderson. And they'll swing it over to the half boards on the right side. Pfeiffer trying to bounce off a defender. Dumps it in, too close quarters. Got away with a hit there, and the officials all over it. Interference the call. Stay right here. Fresh 30 for Whitby. Fernandez trying to duck in, switches hands. Good defense. Keeps him out of there. Gets it back to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, backhand pass in traffic. Good save, Longboat. And taking a bit of a face plant in the middle of everything. Looked like Hawkeye Hamilton. And stoppage will give possession to Whitby. And they'll go to work with a fresh 30. Osborne gets a step. Osborne dancing along that crease, and a little melee here going on as you can see Andrew Vradenberg taking exception. And in the middle, we've seen before. Looks like Kyle Curtis in there. So it looks like Jeff Fernandez headed to the box. Not sure if that's Clint Lewis or not. But I see two Steelhawks in the box and don't see an orange jersey. So we'll see what crew chief Joel Furman has to say. So a couple of minor penalties will go to Whitby. There'll be a draw at center, and the Snipers will get an opportunity with their second power play of the game. And it'll be a 5-on-3 opportunity. So they're changing. It looks like there's 5 minutes up on the clock. So a 5-minute major has been assessed. And now they're going to change that back. So a 5 minutes for Jeff Fernandez. And Kyle Curtis picks up the 2-minute minor. So a chance here for the Snipers as they're going to go with a 5-on-3, no safety. So Brett Longboat out there along with Miracle. They're on that left side. Mason Hill at the top. Todd Thomas, Chayton King on Chayton King not in a familiar right shooter spot. He was down on that right crease. And speaking of crease, possession to Whitby on the crease violation, and it's Boissonneau. Boissonneau being hounded. Stotts on him. And Fair jumping in to try to help out, but Boissonneau strong on his feet, trying to duck in. 10 on the shot clock. Boissonneau tried to let it go. Instead, Jordan Mike will retrieve it, and he'll bring it over the timeline with a chance to go back to work. Just over a minute left in the minor penalty and 4 minutes left in the major. That pass, ill-advised, looking for Miracle. Chayton King dump out, had Brett Longboat wide open on the crease. Didn't see him. Porga with the bounce shot. Justin Porga always puts a little extra bounce on the ounce, and he found the top corner. Porga's 10th of the season, and bit of an unorthodox release he has on the overhand. Doesn't slide that bottom hand down too much, but gets enough on that bounce to beat Caleb Martin. Tied 3-3 with 3:45 left in the Whitby Major. See the coaching staff from Whitby saying, "Why are you waiting? Blow the whistle. They're not in position." Good child. Comes away with the loose ball. Hamilton on him. And he'll skip it over for a little bit of breathing room. Now Whitby going to try to work some more clock. Under 3.5 to go in the penalty. Good child. Going for a run. Shot clock at 3. Dumps it in the corner. And they'll leave it there. And McLaughlin will scoop it, and with just over 3 minutes left, Snipers with possession. Todd Thomas out here in that right shooter spot on the power play. Miracle! Good save there. And back the other way is Cody Hamley. Going for a run. Hamley puts on the brakes, finds a teammate, gets it back. He'll work the two-man game, him and John Leclerc. And on the backdoor cut, good feed and a great save there by Longboat as Osborne snuck out of that back door on the fly, caught a pass and had a golden opportunity. 2:15 to go in a man advantage. Porga again! So say what you want about the overhand, but the kid's got the Midas touch right now. So a couple power play goals for Justin Porga and the Snipers. It's his second of the game, and back-to-back have tied this game now 4-4. I must be missing a few check marks. Sorry, I got 3, not 4. I've got a 4-3 lead, but my counter is usually off. But it is tied 4-4. Fortunately, we don't rely on my counter. And with the 5, still 2 minutes to go in the man advantage. Snipers pick it up, and it's Porga. Sorry, not Porga. It's Vradenberg. 3-on-2. Gets it back. Vradenberg tried to feather it 5-hole. Nothing doing. Flip back up, and Thomas will gather it. Porga now back on the floor, working with Brett Longboat on the left side. Skip it over Thomas. Longboat had a notion, dumps it off, looking for Mason Hill. Chayton King was sizing up that top corner. Longboat, that's his shot wide of the mark. Loose ball, Chayton King has room. King, and that one was knocked down. Porga overran it, and now an opportunity here for the Steelhawks. That one is shoveled by Jason Crawford. And Porga now, gonna hurry. A minute left in the man advantage. Chayton King from point blank. Stopped though by Martin, and that's gonna be a crease ball. And it looks like a penalty shot coming here. So this will certainly make things interesting. Brett Longbow with his hand up in class, looking like he wants to do it. So penalty shot called on the play, and looks like it's going to be Joe Miracle that's going to go head-to-head now with Caleb Martin. Tied at 4, 7-minute mark. Miracle, Martin. And a good save by Martin, as Miracle certainly took his sweet time getting there. So with 56 seconds left in the penalty, Snipers will have another power play, and that will take us to our second officials timeout as you see that save by Martin. We'll be back after this short break. So very entertaining opening half here between these two teams as they battle hard. Penalty shot, Joe Miracle, the chance to give the Snipers the lead, but Caleb Martin up to the task. And 50 seconds left to kill here for the Steelhawks. As Goodchild now will look to burn some time. Pressured by Van Every, and he'll get it over Leclerc. 10 on the shot clock. Leclerc loses it. He'll leave it as he'll get ready to dump it in the corner, and he does that. Possession now to the Snipers. Boy, gone are the days when there was no shot clock, when there was a penalty. The team short could rag out to 2 minutes. As Miracle now working with Porga on the left side. Give way, Mason Hill from way out. Save made by Martin. Martin now looking for the outlet, and he makes a good one. Here comes Hamley. Hamley, penalty over. That bounce shot got partially blocked. Pfeiffer gets tied up. And a good pass out. Jordan Mike now has McLaughlin with him. 2-on-2. So he'll hold up. Longboat will slide out there left side, as will Thomas and Chayton King. Longboat, we haven't seen him. That's his spot. Chayton King, good hands on the catch. 10 on the shot clock. King inside. Longboat, good save, Martin. Rebound, Miracle. Took a hard hit wide of the mark. Battling for it in there is Thomas. Thomas gets some help from King. King comes away with it. Fresh clock for the Orange. Already more inspired than Friday as that underhand wide. Miracle almost shoveled that rebound in. And the Steelhawks now weather the storm. They're back. Back in touch. Back door. Osborne. What a move. What a fake. What a finish. Liam Osborne flying out of that back door. Picks up his 27th goal of the season. And a tough one to swallow as the Snipers all over the Steelhawks in the offensive end, and then a blink of an eye. And Osborne with the undressing and the finish. 5:07 to play here, second quarter. And we continue to go back and forth. Steelhawks with a 1-goal lead. Boissonneau with a clean win, and you don't see Hawkeye Hamilton lose too many like that. And Renault will dump it over, and it's Osborne. Osborne looking for a step, pops back out, kick out. Goddard with a good shot, steered aside by Longboat. Rebound, battling for it, Van Every. And loose, good job to knock it loose. Ball still free in front of that Whitby bench. And who comes away with it? The Steelhawks do, and it's Goddard. Goddard walks in and buries it. So the Snipers forgot to play D. And Dylan Goddard kept the pedal to the metal. And he took it right in, and from point blank, no chance for Jackson Longboat. So Goddard with his second. He's got 18 on the season. And now off the draw again, Boissonneau, demon in that circle, gets possession. Boissonneau, right stick side, runs into Fox McKenzie, who closed that off in a hurry. But possession now to Whitby, momentum in favor of the Gray. Highland looking for an opening, dumps it off, quick shot, wide of the mark. That goes up off the glass, stays in play, 10 on the shot clock. Goodchild trying to race in. And that shot outlet now. Good hands there, but Edwards all over it. No call on the interference, and dump over, wide open was Highland. Gives off. Osborne again under that back door. Got his own rebound, kicked it back out. Fresh 30 now to work with for the Steelhawks. 3.5 to go, and that's going to be a holding call, as hard to play this game without a stick. So just when the Steelhawks looked like they were controlling the tempo, it's going to be Liam Osborne headed to the penalty box. Third power play opportunity of the game for the Snipers. Mind you, they got 2 on the major. So they go back to work with a chance here to answer. Trailing now by 2. Porga out there with Mason Hill working around Thomas. Thomas back in. Chayton King. Miracle tried to just reach out and touch someone. Couldn't get it to go. And that ball is lofted up high. Leclerc going to run under it. Does. He's got a man with him. Wittich racing back. And good job to get it and get out by Pfeiffer. Yes, boy, there isn't a slow Pfeiffer anywhere around. These guys all have jet-like speed. And he's going to go for a run. Gets a step on Wittich. Ducks back in. Tries the backhand. Gets his own rebound. 2 on a shot clock. Had another shot. Missed that. But boy, Pfeiffer burning time on his own. 1:13 left in a man advantage. Longboat. Brett Longboat will work the top. Chayton King will get in that spot. Todd Thomas has some room behind the net. Miracle kicks it back out. They'll work it back around. Chayton King hasn't been able to find the range. Brett Longboat going to have to run a long way to flip back, and instead to Leclerc, and wide open is Anderson. Has time to gather. And he picks the corner. Darius Anderson, one of those X factors, picks up a short-handed marker. And I'm going to have to point the finger at number 11 there on the Snipers for giving up on the play. And I hope you'll forgive me, but that is just the breaks. You got to work hard. Sometimes you got to play D. And with 2:13 to go, you give up a shorty, and now the lead is 3. So a timeout going to be called by the Snipers, as with 40 seconds left, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. Just want to remind our viewers a makeup game that will take place Wednesday night at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center. It'll be the Oshawa Outlaws and the Brampton Express. That should be a dandy for sure. Then the Express and Snipers will meet right here at the ILA. We'll be at Memorial on Friday, and we'll fill out the rest of the schedule when we get a chance. 2-minute warning here. First half, 25 seconds to burn for Whitby. 15 on the shot clock. They've already got a short-handed marker. Trying to kill off another. Pfeiffer looking to get a step. That underhand took too long to develop. Shot clock winding down. Possession now to the Snipers with just under 1:40. So important here if the Six Nations Snipers can tally one, cut into this deficit, kill the momentum. Chayton King was wide open, couldn't grab it on a good pass from Radenberg. Now it's Chayton King working one-on-one on Clint Lewis. King goes to the bounce, ran out of real estate, crease ball. Whitby going up the other way, 1:15. Edwards runs into a defender. and almost throws it away. Pfeiffer does a good job to save it. And he's going to hold it. Penalty over now into the final minute. Pfeiffer with some room. Tried to go up top. That's going to go over the timeline. Snipers now are going to play it where it lies, deep in the offensive end. Porga, 53.1 seconds. He'll wait, take the top, swing it around. Looking for room. Mason Hill tried to tuck it. Good defense there. And give Pfeiffer some credit. Both ends of the carpet getting it done. Anderson scored the last goal for the Steelhawks, and now 30 seconds left. Anderson with Goddard. Two-man game. Gets pushed out. Kicks it back. Renault. Eddie Renault looking for an opening. 10 on the shot clock. Osborne with a step. Got his stick check late. And the Snipers now. Goddard did a good job, but shot clock's going to wind down. 10 on the game clock. Snipers got to hurry. 5. Porga. Underhand stopped. And the rebound picked up by the Steelhawks. We've played 30 here at the ILA. 7-4 for the visitors from Whitby. We'll be back with the third quarter after a short break. Coming out of it, Bragg steps into one Longboat. Good save. The outlet is tossed down there. This may have a chance. Longboat scores! Jackson Longboat finds the back of the net from his own net. So you could say that was an accident, but it wasn't. And hats off to the veteran, Ryan Masters, as he points down in acknowledgement to Longboat. Longboat, oh, he planned this. That was perfectly placed. To Hopper into the top corner. And for the first time this season, I got to put a goal mark by the goaltender. So Spencer Martin doing a good job. Good individual effort there, working off his man, and the head fakes are what allowed him to roll off, create space, and he puts that one 5-hole on Sam Haynes. And he made it look easy, just bouncing off a defender. And he is a master at being able to use his body to protect the ball and still get a good shot off on the run, as you can see there. Abrams down, and he parked that one just over his shoulder. Tied 2-2, and just a good piece of quick stick lacrosse right there. Not a whole lot to work with. But boy, that Pfeiffer, he only needs a quick second. Slipped that one just under the arm of Goa Abrams. Just some good work here by Pedwell, as he was initially thought about that crease dive from behind the net, but as you can see, space opened up there, and good composure to take his time, size up Haynes, and find that near corner. So the Monarchs dodge a bullet there, as we are just under the 5-minute mark opening quarter. Pfeiffer Williams working the right side. Two-man. Thomas, good defense. Jordan Dance, first shot of the game, is stopped. Rebound collected by Corbett. Fresh 30 here for Toronto. Williams, skip pass. Buck down into Pfeiffer, tried to inside out that corner and wasn't able to do it. Abrams closed that off. Monarchs working hard, getting the loose balls. Dance looking for someone, gets a screen, quick shot. Another good save by Abrams. Ball loose. Buck fishes it out. Tanner Buck, the shovel to Corbett. They've got time. Skip the bounce. Pfeiffer, wrong stick side. Takes a good hard check. Oakley Thomas looking for the dunk. And Tanner Buck. The Buck stopped right there. Beauty heads up play. Give credit to Jordan Dance, as Tanner Buck picks up his 15th of the season. But a lot of extra work there. Oakley Thomas with a great job on the cross check. But that ball got to Tanner Buck, and he did exactly what he needed to do. And it looks like it's going to be Jack McAlpine who picks up the first of the game. So McAlpine just doing a good job hovering, and you can see Longboat not even aware. So a good use of the backhand there by McAlpine. Hill dumps it inside. Stats. Good save from Masters. Vern Hill picks it up again from in tight. Another good save. Ryan Masters standing tall here between the pipes. Stats finally. Just took a little off the underhand. You can see here that box inside the dotted half circle definitely have to be at the very least at the top of the dots. Anyone in this league is able to get a lot on a shot from there. Dennis doesn't see a defender on him, saw him at the last second, skips it over. Bragg misplayed that, and Vern Hill ahead of the pack. He's going to get a chance. Vern Hill on a breakaway. Vern Hill finally puts one in on a breakaway. How you like me now? 66. About time, 6 breakaways later. You can see there, just a good job, McGregor Allen finding Vern Hill, always quick on the release. And Vern Hill. Sands. Nolan Fair fishing for something there. Get it over. Bradshaw goes to the far side. So Aaron Bradshaw with some life there picks up his first goal, number 7 on the season. And more importantly, puts a halt to that 4-goal run by the Snipers and trims the lead now to 5-2.
McDonald. He'll head off to the bench, leaves the ball. Out to the top to Menzies. Menzies cuts through now. Ball into the corner to Sunderland. He circles around to the top. Sunderland finds a hole. Nice fake and scores. And you can see Sunderland finding that hole down to the middle. Nice little fake. And he finds an opening down low. So 1-1. So 3 goals already in the opening 3 minutes. And now Whitby with the ball off the ensuing faceoff. Couple fakes. That one goes high and wide as Pfeiffer looking for the top corner, trying to drop it over Nagy. Liam Osborne, a little quick stick to the far side. And the Steelhawks respond right away to restore their lead. That was all started in the back end by the captain, Liam Osborne. You see him bring it up. And then just a nice bury off the quick stick on that far side. You see the strip at the far end. And a 2-on-1. Istrat with the finish as he tiptoes right at the top of the crease, avoiding that line. 3 seconds left to go on the man advantage, which will wipe that penalty out. You see things starting with the captain board. Over to Sunderland, who comes off a pick. And he picks that bottom corner past Crawley. So a 2-goal lead. The big Paris looking for their first lead of the night. There's a chance by Pavic, and he scores. Ryan Pavic finds an opening down the middle, makes a nice fake, and finds the back of the net. You can see Pavic. He's in the middle right now, number 33. He ends up spinning around, gets that ball, makes a nice fake, and goes over top and not.
Welcome back to the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena as we get set for third quarter. Game 2 of our Sunday doubleheader between the Whitby Steelhawks and the Six Nations Snipers. This, of course, will wrap up Week 13. Wazash weekend. Winners over Six Nations right here Friday, 21-9. Oshawa over Peterborough, 22-9 yesterday afternoon. Last night it was the Toronto Monarchs continuing their winning ways. They've now won 8 straight. They win that one over the Brampton Express 19-15. And it was the Paris River Wolves holding off the Ohsweken Bears 14-9 in Game 1. Right here, we've got a 7-4 game. The Whitby Steelhawks in the lead. Teams will open up at full strength, and we will, not sure, I think we're waiting for our third official. No, we're not. We're just waiting for the net check, and the stash is back at her as we are set for third quarter. So the Snipers have already seemed more inspired than they did in 4 quarters on Friday, and Hawkeye Hamilton gives them the first possession of the second half. Chandler Allen will wait for the rest of the offense, and now it's Porga. Quick swing over, Smelly. Smelly gets a screen from Chayton King, goes to the bounce. Smelly sneaks it in. So I don't know if you designed that play, but either way, Ben Smelly picks up his first of the game, and it doesn't matter, squeaker or not, went across that goal line, and the deficit now 7-5. Sure, Caleb Martin would want that one back, and head coach for Whitby, Joel Johnson, never, though, seems to push the panic button. Very calm, cool, and collected on the bench. And off the draw, Corey Upshaw. He'll get it over the timeline, work on a defender, and peel out for the flip. Whitby now with their first possession here of this second half. Pfeiffer gets the Jets going, blows by Hamilton, ducks in. Pfeiffer tried to roll it, good save by Longboat. Rebound gathered, and Eddie Renault will swing it back to Pfeiffer. So we had Pfeiffer at it last night. We got another Pfeiffer working here today. As those Fife dogs, boy, they are dangerous. Easy save there. Longboat outlet now, and it's Dante Romano. Going to have to hurry, and he makes the pass. No possession. That's going to be an 8-second count, and that's going to be a delay of game. So Tyler Van Every doing all the wrong things, and you can protest all you want, but when the whistle blows, do not touch the ball. This is week 13, guys, not week 1. So another power play opportunity for the Steelhawks. They're third of the game. They are 2 for 2 with the man advantage. They'll work it with Goddard at the top. Pfeiffer at that right shooter spot. Osborne down at the right crease. Fernandez out there with Eddie Renault on that left side. Interchange. Renault looking for a cutter, and Pfeiffer couldn't connect. 8 on the shot clock. Osborne gathers, sends it Goddard. Down low, and Pfeiffer! Quick stick underhand finish. That was a beauty. Devin Pfeiffer with his first of the game. And the Whitby power play, extremely efficient, 3 for 3. And just a great pass on the money. The finish was outstanding. If you've played the game and know in order to do a quick stick of any sort, let alone an underhand, the pass has to be in the perfect spot. And it certainly was. So delivery there. And the finish on point. Anderson will spin off a defender. He'll look for some help. Kick it over. Work it to Renault. Renault, he'll attack, leans in, bumps off, gets a shot. Eddie Renault shrugged off Hawkeye Hamilton and buried it in the corner. Eddie Renault has found himself some comfort in his new home in Whitby. Of course, a Paris Riverwolf for a number of years now. He's wearing the gray and green and loving it. Back to a 4-goal lead for the Steelhawks after the Snipers got on the board first here in the third. Whitby's settled in. Crawford, he'll bounce out, create some space, and give it up to McGregor. He'll swing it around Renault. Renault, same spot. Renault on the run, goes to the bounce this time. Longboat up to the task. Outlet now. Sniper's going to have to move it over the timeline, and they do. And it's Chandler Allen. Porga with Boissonneau harassing him. Spins off that, runs right into Upshaw. That one's knocked down. Upshaw, he missed it. Picked up, flipped now, and Boissonneau going to try to go 1-on-2. Waits for help in Big Edwards. Edwards trying to reel in. Good save by Longboat on a good shot by Edwards. And now Smelly back the other way. He'll give it up, and it's Porga. Finds a cutter in Mason Hill. He'll bounce out of trouble. Get it back. Porga has some room. Porga's shot steered aside by Martin. Rebound, Leclerc goes airborne, picks it up, and looking for some help, knocked down by Porga. And they just dump it. That's going to be an 8-second count. Possession to the Snipers. Porga, not sure who he was passing to, waiting for a cutter in Tate and Sky, ill-advised, and Martin on the money with the outlet to McIntosh. Pfeiffer. McGregor Allen. Pfeiffer gets a step. Pfeiffer rings it in. Oh, Devin Pfeiffer. Feeling the flow right now as he picks up his second of the game. 17th of the season, and just put on the afterburners and left McGregor Allen standing. Some blazing speed. Not quite sure who was the fastest in that house. But Devin's certainly a contender. Steelhawks have bounced back after giving up the first goal of the quarter. They have answered in Steelhawk fashion, and it'll be Leclerc now. Highland will swing it over Renault. Renault shrugs off one, kicks it over Osborne. Osborne on attack mode. Osborne ran out of room on a good cross check. So finally a good defensive hold for the Snipers, and Jordan Mike now going to try to corral it. And instead Upshaw got in his way. Osborne with possession. So the Snipers haven't been able to hold on to the ball very long in their possessions. Whitby has dominated early here in this third quarter. 10.5 to go. Highland swinging around Osborne. Osborne skip pass. Inside out shot wide of the mark. 5, and going to be a delayed penalty coming to the Snipers as that shot missed the mark. And there's going to be a slashing call that will send the Steelhawks to their fourth power play of the game. And just the memo for the Snipers, Whitby 3 for 3 with the man advantage. May not be a good idea to spend any more time in the penalty box, especially when you're trailing by 5. So back to work with the man advantage. Goddard at the top. He's got Goodchild and Renault on that left side. Pfeiffer and Osborne on the right. Interchange. Cutter trying to hit the trailer on the pass behind, and working out of trouble is Tate and Sky. Going to have to hurry. Loses it. Good strip by Goodchild. Swing to Osborne. Osborne, 2-on-1. Osborne goes with a shot. Steered aside by Longboat. It's loose. McGregor Allen scoops it. And he's going to go for a bit of a run. Transition defense on point by the Steelhawks. As we are 9.5 minutes to go here, third quarter. Minute 10 left in the man short. Whitby's going to keep an offensive player down in the offensive end. 5 on the shot clock. McGregor Allen's going to dump that hard off the boards. Don't know why you don't throw that a little softer, work a little more time, but either way, Whitby will set it up with Goddard at the top. Fernandez out there on this power play unit, swinging around. Gets it back to Goddard. Goddard with a BB right on, and action. Jackson Longboat makes the save there. 34 seconds left in the Snipers' penalty. Fernandez, they'll swing it around. Pfeiffer. Kick it back. Fernandez, no look, almost a quick stick finish. Good attempt there by Braden McGregor. And Pfeiffer corrals the rebound. Sends that over. Picked up Mike McLaughlin. Oh, he's got speed. Ducks in on Eddie Renault. McLaughlin, upshot chasing. Gets it over Wittich. What a save there. Man, oh man. Caleb Martin back the other way. Come the Steelhawks. Boissonneau puts on the brakes, peels around. Look at out. What a save at the other end by Longboat. He sends it back. Outstanding end-to-end lacrosse as Boissonneau will track it, get it to Upshaw, and he'll take it right up the middle. Penalty over. Teams at full strength going end-to-end. Renault kicks it down. And they find Osborne. Osborne. Dump off to a cutter, and Goddard tried to go to the backhand. Couldn't get one off. And back the other way come the Snipers. Nolan Fair. Ducks in on one. Fair. Couldn't get a good shot off. That one's wide of the mark. Jayton King battling for the loose ball. Edwards comes away with it. He's going to leg it over the timeline. 7.5 to go, third quarter. 5-goal lead for the Steelhawks. Snipers trying a little everything. Pfeiffer to a cutter, and Fernandez buries it. Great job moving without the ball. And Pfeiffer with the outstanding pass on the money to Fernandez. Just good fundamental lacrosse there on the give and go. And Fernandez, the recipient, picks up his 11th goal of the season. So end-to-end chances, outstanding goaltending, and the bottom line is an 11-5 lead. That's going to take us to our officials' timeout and give us a chance to thank some of our sponsors. So on behalf of the Six Nations Snipers, they'd like to thank Belco Construction, Oshweekend Pharmasave, Culture Dispensary, Classics to Customs Auto Body, Bear Rod and Customs, the Gulf Depot, and of course, always sending my greetings out to Hills Custom Coffins. Visit, but don't stay. Take a look as we look ahead at week 14. As we told you, Wednesday game between Oshawa and Brampton. Brampton will be back at it at Memorial Arena hosting these Six Nations Snipers on Friday, 8 p.m. start there. Then the Whitby Steelhawks will entertain the top seeds in the Toronto Monarchs. That'll be a 3 p.m. game. And that night, it'll be the Oshweekend Bears taking on the Oshawa Outlaws. Sunday again, just one on Sunday right here at the ILA. It'll be the Peterborough Timbermen and the Paris Riverwolves. So caught up on that, of course, as we get set to resume here. And you can bet Darcy Powell has given his team a little bit of a stern talking to with 7:18 to go. They need to pick it up. Again, Whitby missing one of their top scorer in Trent Boyd. Snipers missing a couple of theirs in Vern Hill and Keto Hill. That shot saved by Longboat. Snipers now countering the other way. They've got numbers. Jordan Mike gets just tugged just a bit. Ball still loose. Porga went for it, couldn't come away with it. And here come the Steelhawks, and it's Highland. Quinn Highland has Fernandez with him. He goes to the bounce. So there's one of those X-Factor transition goals as Quinn Highland may have surprised Jackson Longboat. But either way, he picks up his 8th goal of the season as he puts that one 5-hole. So the Snipers seem to have taken their foot off the gas pedal. Looking for a bit of a bounce back after that tough loss Friday. But of course the Steelhawks didn't come here to cooperate. And they have it. Off the draw, good child. Wittich able to knock that loose. Longboat had it, tried to bring it into the crease. Leclerc got it. He got jacked in the corner by 2 players, and Goodchild's down, still down, and looks like he's up on his own power, but he's going to hobble his way off. Mason Hill, Smelly, almost, and it looked like, I guess, the butt of the stick that moved the mesh, not the ball. And a crease violation will give it back to Whitby. Hamley over the timeline, and he'll send it over. Pfeiffer. Oh, he's got a step. It's all he needs, a half step, spins around. He'll pull back out, took a slash, no call. Pfeiffer ducks back in, dumps it off. Fernandez! So Pfeiffer did the work, did the feeding, and Fernandez the rewarding. Outstanding passing there. As Fernandez waiting for his teammate in Pfeiffer. Boy, doing a little everything. That's what they do. And Fernandez, short side on Longboat, top corner for his 2nd of the game. So it looks like that's going to be the day for Action Jackson Longboat. He'll exit, and it looks like he'll be replaced by Simon Bellamy. Off the drop, Boissonneau, he's been all over the carpet here in this game. And again, not a lot of things will show up on the stat sheet, but that floated out right into the basket of Kyle Curtis. He gets it out, and a quick shot by Renault. Rebound gathered there by Allen, and he'll try to move it over the timeline, and he does. Some good cross-checking there by Osborne. And now McGregor Allen will wait. They'll send it over, and it's Thomas. Thomas looking for a screen, flip back. Got it to Van Every. 3 on the shot clock. Good defense, though, and a shot right on. And loose in that crease area, as you could see Caleb Martin took exception to Chayton King rolling around in his area. And these two teams just exchanging glances. Under 5 minutes to go here. 3rd quarter. Steelhawks in control, leading 13-5. And blowing by, but too much crease area was Braden McGregor. And we talk about Pfeiffer's speed, but whoa, that was some kind of explosive first step. And now Mason Hill has it knocked out of his stick. Loose, and a good job Cody Hamley, as Smelly did a better job just to keep it in the offensive end. 10 on the shot clock. Mason Hill dumps it out. Brett Longboat, lead in. Longboat, quick shot wide of the mark. No reset. Going to be a delayed penalty coming to the Steelhawks, and that shot clock violation. It'll be a slashing call that will give the Snipers their 4th power play opportunity of the game. So with 4:14 to go, I'd say now is a good time for Six Nations to try to chip away at this lead. And Joe Miracle will be the quarterback here. Chayton King cutting, and Brett Longboat just gave it away. And here come the Steelhawks, 2-on-2. Anderson, good save made there by Bellamy. Rebound loose, Thomas fishes it out of the corner, gets it to Miracle. Gonna have to hurry, moves it up to Longboat. Longboat and Porga on the left side. Miracle at the top. Smelly out there having himself a good game, working with Van Every. So a different looking power play unit for Darcy Palace and company. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Miracle tried to kick it back out, working with Longboat. Boissonneau really causing some havoc there, and he does. Gets it Edwards now. Edwards with Porga on him. Protecting the ball, flips. And Porga now going to try to work on Anderson. Anderson doing a good job. Kicks it back out, McGregor. 10 on the shot clock. 40 seconds left in the penalty. And a good job, McGregor. He's just going to roll that in the corner. That's the way you should do it. And possession to the Snipers. 33 seconds left in the man advantage. 2:45 to go, third quarter. Miracle, Mason Hill. We'll wait. Smelly will filter out late. Get it to Thomas. They'll work it. Gap in the box down low, looking for the quick stick finish. Couldn't connect with Chayton King. Not sure why Chayton King isn't playing the shooter spot or the top. Why he's being buried down on the crease where he doesn't get the ball. Ball loose now. Still loose on the boards. And coming away with it's Highland. 5 on the shot clock. Quinn Highland ducks in on one. Loses it. Good stick check there. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Possession to Six Nations. We're under 2 minutes to go. Allen will give way. And now it's Van Every. Gets a screen. Draws the double team. Loses it. Gets it back. Bailed out by Thomas. Thomas almost lost it. Kicked out. Chayton King wide of the mark. That will stay in play. And Crawford battling for it. And it will go to Ben Wittich. Wittich will attack. 3-on-2. Wittich takes the shot. And looking behind him, but making the save was Martin. And a good outlet pass to Boissonneau. Boissonneau swims his way out of trouble, kicks it back out. Edwards will settle down, and it's Osborne. We're into the final minute here. Third quarter. Fernandez swinging around. Pfeiffer has some room. Peels back in, fakes a shot, has some room. Good job defensively. Jump out. 2 on a shot clock. Send it down. Look at a cutter. Osborne. What a save right there. So Bellamy, despite the fact it wouldn't have been a goal, still made a great save. Snipers now 45 seconds to go on the game clock. Stotts gets a step. Can't, though, get anywhere but that as Anderson closed it off. Now Osborne. 30 seconds left. 8-second differential. Shot and game clock. Kick over. Osborne's underhand catches the post outside of it. Gets his own rebound. Flips it back out. And a fresh 30. 15 on the game clock. McGregor. Manhandled by Fox. McKenzie still got the shot off. It's rolling on the goal line. And it stays there. Man, oh man, as time will run out here in the third quarter. That ball sat right on that goal line but didn't go across. 13-15. We're headed to the final 15 minutes after this short break. Welcome back as we get set for the fourth quarter. Just want to take a minute to send a shout out first to Duncan Cart. Hopefully the recovery going nicely for him. We look forward to seeing you on the carpet someday soon. And of course to Trent Boyd, nursing that sprained ankle. Look forward to having him back for the playoffs. Big piece to the puzzle here for these Steelhawks. So elevation, ice, and rest, Mr. Boyd. And we look forward to seeing your skills back on display here in the Arena Lacrosse League. Opening draw here and a whole lot going on as Joel Furman doing a good job. The firm hand of Furman taking control, and possession will go to the Snipers. So important here for Six Nations to get a good start to this quarter, trailing by a whole bunch. But I think sometimes you got to play for the next game. Longboat. Good stick check by Upshaw. He'll bump him off, get it back. Porga looking down to Smelly. Smelly's played a big role here today, loses that one. And now it's going to be Highland the other way. Him and Smelly in a foot race. Highland takes a little cross check. He'll regroup, send it out, and Goodchild will settle things down. Goddard will peel around looking and thought he had Goodchild, but a good job defensively. Kept a close eye, and now a good pass lobbed up to Stotts. Doesn't have the numbers. Backdoor Miracle. Miracle, good save, steered aside by Martin. And Martin has had himself a fantastic game. Great outlet, and it's buried. So good Goddard with an outstanding feed right there to the speedy McGregor. And again, no substitute for speed as Goddard does a good job head up. And that pass on the money. And a beautiful finish there from McGregor, who certainly earned that as he's put together an outstanding game today. Caleb Martin has only allowed 5 goals in this game, so he has been less than stingy. Call him what you want. Giving, though, isn't one of them. Anderson, stay out there and work a little offense. Darius Anderson gets the shot gone, right on. Bellamy the save, and he's going to park it, air it out to Fair. Not able to connect as it Looked like it was knocked down. Leclerc the other way now. Time on the side of the Steelhawks. Osborne tried a quick shot. Rebound gathered by Goodchild. Fed it over, and it's Pfeiffer. Oh, baby. Talk to me. That kid's got some skills. Pfeiffer at it again, his third of the game. This one, though, strictly opportunistic as he's wide open on that right side and no one near him, and goes airborne, leaves Bellamy hanging, doing the matrix, and he parks goal number 15 for the Steelhawks. So Whitby had no intentions of coming in here and allowing the Snipers to get back on track after their loss Friday. You talk about kicking a man when he's down, and you can see Clint Lewis. And not the first time that we've seen Clint Lewis in action, working against Jordan Mike. So certainly an experience differential there, as Lewis will find himself in a familiar surrounding. That's the penalty box. Jordan Mike will make his way too, and we'll see what the call's made, as nothing but sticks and gloves laying on the carpet. I'd imagine these would be coincidentals, but didn't see the earlier play as Lewis calling on Jordan Mike for, I wouldn't even call it a rematch because it wasn't really a fight. Some clutching and grabbing, some face mask work, but other than that. So crew chief Joe Furman has called a draw ball, and it looks like we'll have coincidentals. So roughing on both sides, and with 12:36 to go, we'll do it up in the circle. Good flip back, McIntosh finds Boissonneau. So between McIntosh and Boissonneau, they have been deadly in that face-off circle, and Boissonneau again continues his mileage on the carpet. Out for the first time in this game, Malachi Good, and no goal there, crease call. And back the other way comes Wittich. Wittich has some help on the other side, fired that to Porga, and man, Wittich going to have to work on his overhand just a bit, as that one gets kicked up high. Good job by Thomas to keep it in the offensive end. Porga, he's going to tee it up, and it finds its way through. So Justin Porga stops the bleeding and picks up his third of the game. We've seen Caleb Martin make tougher saves than that for sure, but sometimes it's just about the delivery, and it looks like Justin Porga's delivery has been one of the few shots that have given Martin some issues. You can see Porga, the only 3-goal scorer. I mean, he's only given up 6 off the draw. Bradenberg will get it over, and it's fair. Looking for an opening, and setting his feet was Bradenberg, but going to have to move it a little closer than that to beat Martin today. And now Anderson's going to lug it into the offensive end. Anderson had a notion. McLaughlin on him, kicks it over. McGregor trying to use his speed. Dances in on the reverse pivot. Good save there. And Steelhawks, though, gather the rebound. They go behind the net. Tiptoeing on the crease, and sure enough, yeah, nice try. But crease the call, and a good call there. And McLaughlin gets a step on Upshaw. Dumps it over. Was looking for Thomas. Couldn't connect. Mason Hill recovers. And it's Porga now. Porga has room. Walks in, goes to the overhand. It's knocked down. Gets the rebound wide of the mark. And Longboat, good timing, comes rolling out. And Goodchild now. Smelly chasing him. Goodchild off the crossbar. Edwards gathers the rebound. He'll pull it back out. Under 10.5 to go here, fourth quarter. Good. We'll send it over, and Osborne will attack. Wittich, good job there. 10 on the shot clock. And no swimming going on there. Good defense by the Snipers. And now Wittich will lug it over the timeline. Van Every looking for a screen. Hard shot. Stopped, though, by Martin. And you can bet that Van Every wasn't too happy with that hit from McIntosh. Back on defense, though, and now it's Anderson. Anderson bounces off a check. Darius Anderson going to the net, and he keeps going, and that'll certainly be a penalty at the very least. As good sportsmanship there from Anderson and Bellamy. I liked seeing the Whitby bench on the protest, but that's a penalty no matter how it shakes down there, assistant coach Brad Reed. But coach is always working for the next call, not necessarily this call. And the Snipers now with their fifth power play opportunity of the game. They've pocketed three and another one. So Chayton King, where have you been? Been looking for you. As he finds the mark for the second time. Third power play goal for the Snipers. And with just over 9.5 to go, it's a 15-7 game. So head coach Joel Johnson just looking for an explanation from Joel Furman. So a Joel to Joel conversation we weren't privy to, and off the draw, it's McGregor Allen trying to turn the corner. Got the feet going. McIntosh will mark him, and he'll kick it back out. It's Porga. Justin Porga will swing it back around. Mason Hill. Van Every trying to duck off, bounces off a defender. 9 on the shot clock. Chayton King from way out. Didn't touch anything. 5 on the shot clock. Got to go again. Has room. On target. Steered aside by Martin. Ball loose. Gathered there by Mason Hill. And a fresh clock for the Snipers. Give and go, and Chayton King took his eye off it. Had a nap. Smelly battling. And manages to come away with it. Good hustle by 88. Longboat. He's been quiet. Brett Longboat. Smelly gets a shot off. And that's going to be a penalty. So a good job there by Ben Smelly, who has had himself a solid game here. And with 8.5 to go, back to the power play. Go the Snipers. Just like to send another shout out to Jim and Marty Hanrahan listening and watching at home. Always glad to have you guys in my corner. Love you both. Porg out there. Skip past Smelly. Smelly pushed a bit by Hamley. And the Steelhawks come away with it. Goodchild has Anderson with him. He'll duck in on one, peel back out, and look to burn some clock. Boissonneau, speaking of speed, he's got some. Sends it over, and Pfeiffer will retreat. That shot will go up, and a good hands by the coach as that ball goes right into the Whitby bench. And the Snipers now will work it up with 7:48 to go. Whitby, of course, trying to put an end to their 3-game losing streak. They've lost some tough ones. Porga, that one stopped by Martin, ball loose. And a good job to get it up, and it's Edwards. Edwards hustling, backdoor open if he can get it to Osborne. Good swarming defense, though, by Wittich. And again, they knock Edwards off the ball. Wittich, and he's battling for it, working with Fair. Good job by Osborne to come back. Liam Osborne, afterburners. Osborne, in, out, and a beauty. Liam Osborne undressing Bellamy to park goal number 16 for the Steelhawks. Liam Osborne, just a great individual effort, and boy, had Bellamy doing a pirouette. Osborne with his second of the game. He's got 28 goals this season. 30 seconds left as that one comes shorthanded. And the Snipers look like they're running out of gas, running out of steam, running out of momentum, running out of a whole lot of things. As the Steelhawks and Pfeiffer continue to dance around, burning some clock, 15 seconds to kill on the penalty. Pfeiffer size it up, swim his way, backhand bullet. That goes over the net and picked up now, and it's Bradenberg. Van Every dumps it off, and that shot wide of the mark. And that's going to be a violation. And with 6:16, that will take us to our final officials timeout. Take a quick break. We'll be back. The ILA. You're watching the Arena Lacrosse League. Back to action here as the Steelhawks have dominated this second half. It was 2-2 after one, 7-4 Whitby at the half. Then they exploded 13-5 at the end of three quarters. 10 on the shot clock. That shot finds the mark. So McGregor doing his thing. Picks up his second goal of the game. And Braden McGregor has come out here and done a good job, as have the Steelhawks in the absence of their leading scorer, Trent Boyd. They have picked up the slack, and they control this one, leading now by 10. Battle in the draw area with Hawkeye Hamilton and McIntosh, violation will give possession to the Orange. And the Snipers now will continue to fight. Got to do everything you can. Got to play 4 quarters. Chayton King, that's his spot. Ducking in, tried to go short side. That wide of the mark. Porga picked it up, reset on the play. Thomas, that one goes off Cody Hamley's backside. Picked up by Porga. McIntosh doing a good job keeping him out of the dotted half. And there's going to be too much stick work going on, as you could see Van Every and Anderson. They had something to say to each other on more than one occasion. They'll both go. And they'll continue to jaw at each other in the penalty box. Little 2-minute therapy should help them both out. And with 5:16 to go here, still lots of lacrosse to be played. Always good to see the officials confer, make sure they're on the same page. It's clear that Brett Longboat listening in. So it looks like they may send both those two to the change room, and that'll be the case. So Anderson's gone, and Van Every also gone, and I think that's a good decision by the officials. Get someone else to serve the penalties, but that's the best way to quell any kind of conflict. Send them both to their room. So it looks like we're going to play some 4-on-4 as soon as the Snipers get someone into the. So it looks like a 10-minute misconduct, and the extra penalty will go to Whitby, and that's why it'll be a 5-on-4 power play for 2 minutes for the Snipers. So appreciate our officials clarifying that. Them and our crack team of statisticians up here. Big shot from Mason Hill on target, and Leclerc's going to try to run this one down. Get some help from Pfeiffer. And if you want someone speedy, that's who you go to. He's going to go for a run, and he'll loft it up to another speedy character, 22 Boissonneau. 15 on the shot clock. Pfeiffer. You got to watch him. He'll go for a run, but he could turn that around in a hurry. And Smelly working him over, dumps it in the corner to Upshaw. 2 on the shot clock, and Fernandez got it just in time to shoot it right back in the corner. A minute left in the penalty, 4:15 to go on the game clock. Porga out there with Maricold, Longboat, Thomas, and King. No look, and they haven't been able to connect on that as Longboat has his stick taken away. Porga bails him out. And a kick over, 1 on the shot clock, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. And Whitby now looking to capitalize, roll it down. Almost scooped up there by McGregor, and instead Fair will duck by a defender. 3-on-2 here for the Snipers. Fair goes to the bounce shot. So a little life shown from Nolan Fair, his second of the game. And this is just good hustle here. Never stopped. Took what the defense gave him. That was an opening. And went in all alone. Snuck that one just inside the 5-hole on Caleb Martin. 3:31 to go, fourth quarter. Snipers will need that and more to close this gap. And a violation will give possession to the Steelhawks. Highland at the top, kick it around left side. Renault bounces off a couple, looks back to the left, instead goes to McGregor on the right. McGregor, quick stick finish from Goddard. So fed Goddard right in that dotted half circle, and good Goddard buried his third of the game. Let's see here, Whitby, just anytime the Snipers have a lapse, and you can see there, not a lot of communication on defense. They didn't communicate on the switch. And that left Goddard wide open right in that slot area. And an easy finish, no chance for Bellamy. Off the draw, Wittich battling for it. And Goodchild comes away with it, zips it backdoor, and it's Osborne. Osborne wide of the mark. That'll go off the rafters. And possession to the Snipers, but you can see perfect execution on the transition break from the Steelhawks. And now it's Wittich. Wittich will peel out. Mason Hill will fire it around to Longboat. Longboat flip. Mason Hill, good save. Martin did the splits, and that's still Brett Longboat signaling goal, but he's not wearing the stripe, so he can't really make that call. And now here, Clint Lewis. 2.5 to go. Curtis with a skip pass, Pfeiffer. 5 on the shot clock. Fernandez on the run. That one steered aside by Bellamy. Snipers come away with it. Outlet goes to Fair. Fair, 2-on-2, puts on the brakes. Thinks better of it. Good defense. Cody Hamley sitting in the middle with some weak side help. And now Smelly. Under 2 minutes. Hill, kick out. Chayton King, swing it. Porga, duck in. Porga shot, steered aside. Rebound. Chayton King hits the post. So that's just the way it's been going for the Orange. Smelly picks it up. Point blank over the net. Mason Hill. Rebound. Porga stopped. And Porga will track it down. 1.5 minutes to go. Skip it to Smelly. Smelly ducks back in, tries to take something off, but Martin on his game today has only allowed 8 goals. And Boissonneau now will trot over the timeline. Harassed by Stotts. And he gives it away. Snipers going to try to take advantage. Boissonneau slows up Romano. Longboat, that's his spot, and he rings it off the iron. Under 1 minute to go. Highland trying to track it down. And you got to figure that the Steelhawks don't need a goal here. So no need risking a whole lot. Already have your top scorer out with an ankle injury. And Pfeiffer now. He has put together some kind of game, that young fella, following up on his brother's outstanding game yesterday for the Monarchs. And that shot on target stopped. And an outlet goes to McLaughlin. Longboat in alone, and he finds the back of the net. So Brett Longboat, with his 16th of the season, cashes in their 9th goal of the game, but with just 13.8 seconds to go, things are pretty much academic from here. So give the Steelhawks some credit. They came into hostile territory and executed their game plan to perfection, even without their top scorer, Trent Boyd. So if you're Joel Johnson and Brad Reed, you got to be happy with what you've seen from your squad here as timeout called by the Snipers with 7.3 seconds to go. We'll just stay here and see what Nick Sky is going to draw up for this final 7.3 seconds. And again, you may ask why bother with the formalities, but from a coaching standpoint, you're not only coaching for the moment, but you're coaching for the future as well. What do you do in this situation when the game might be tied? Or who do you go to? Good practice either way. The best teacher is always hands-on experience. They've put a couple more seconds back on the clock, so 9.3. So sometimes you got to take a little good out of a lot of bad, and Snipers just not able to put together 4 quarters against this Whitby team. Behind the net, it goes off a defender off the head, and they tried it, but that's going to do it. 18-9, the final in favor of the Whitby Steelhawks. With the win, they will up their record to 8-5. The Snipers now have dropped 2 straight. They fall to 5-8. That's going to do it for us. Week 13 in the books in the Arena Lacrosse League. On behalf of JVI Productions, I'm Lance Wynn. And like every day here at the Arena Lacrosse League, every child matters. We'll see you next time for Week 14.